Hey, Melissa. My son is going to be able to come home around New Year's, isn't he? I know that he's always busy with business trips, but he can at least come home for the Christmas holidays and spend time with his family, right? Can you tell him to make sure he pays us a visit this time?
Hi, Jane. Well, actually, my husband's work is going to just get busier from now. I'm afraid he won't be able to make it for Christmas or New Year's. I'm sorry. But from next year, he says that the international business trips will be over.
Oh, that's just an excuse, isn't it? I bet he just doesn't want to come back at all. I bet he's fallen out of love with you. It's not like you're anywhere near as beautiful as his younger brother's wife after all. And you're not very good at cooking either. Why would he even want to come back home to that?
What are you saying?
Oh, that must be it. Otherwise, I'm sure he would find a way to make it back to see his family. Oh, yes. By the way, Melissa, make sure you leave next Sunday open in your schedule.
Next Sunday? Why is that? Is there something happening on that day?
The whole family is going out for dinner. If you're free, make sure to join us. I'm sure it must be lonely, always eating at home by yourself while your husband is away. We booked a table at a really nice French restaurant. Everyone's really looking forward to it.
Oh, wow. Is it really okay for me to join too?
Of course. Why are you acting so surprised?
How do I put this? It's just that this is the first time you invited me to a family gathering or event without my husband being there.
Oh, don't say things like that. You make me sound bad. That comes across as though I've purposefully pushed you away or something. By the way, you were raised by a single mother, right?
Yeah, I was. But what about it?
I know that people from poor families never get a chance to eat good food. I guess that's why they never learn to cook very well either. When my son finally comes home from abroad, it would be such a shame if he has to come back to bad cooking from his wife. So I thought that I should treat you to some good food every now and then. That way you can get used to what real food should taste like, and then maybe your own cooking will improve. Especially at this restaurant. Each course costs almost $200 per person. It's gonna be delicious. Isn't that great?
Thanks for thinking of me. But my husband has never said that the food I make tastes bad or anything like that.
Well, of course he wouldn't say it to your face. You're really thick, aren't you?
Is that really so?
Anyway, keep your next Sunday free and make sure you're not late. The reservation is for 1 p.m. I'll send you the address later on.
I got it. Thanks for inviting me. I'm looking forward to it. Hi, Jane. I'm almost at the restaurant. I'll be there shortly.
What? What do you mean you're coming? Everyone has already started eating. We all met up already.
What? Everyone's already started? But wasn't the reservation for 1 p.m.? There's still 20 minutes until then. And everyone has already arrived? Why did they come so early?
Of course they have! This is a super fancy French restaurant. It's custom to arrive about an hour beforehand.
1 hour before the reservation time? I see. In any case, I'll hurry over. I won't be long.
Well, there's no need for that anymore. It's not like there's a seat here for you anyway.
What do you mean? Sorry, but I don't really understand what's going on here. What are you saying?
The restaurant that we're at is a very expensive, fancy French restaurant. It's not a place for people like you. Even if some poor trash like you ate food like this, you wouldn't even be able to appreciate its quality, now would you? It would just be a waste of money if I treated you to this.
Okay. Then why did you invite me in the first place?
I invited you? I was just talking about how the family was going to go out to eat. You just made a bad assumption thinking that I was inviting you too.
No, you definitely invited me. You literally told me to come with you if I was free.
Oh, maybe I said something like that, but I didn't say anything about reserving a seat for you, did I?
What's the difference there?
You really don't get it. Anyway, there's nothing here for you. I haven't reserved you a seat or anything, so just go home. It's time for me to enjoy this seafood with the family. Just go home and eat some frozen meal or something by yourself. Did you get home already?
Sure.
Oh, you must be tired. You came all the way to the restaurant. That must have taken you like half an hour each way. Well, it's your fault for making the wrong assumption.
I guess it is.
And so?
What do you mean?
What are you going to do right now?
I was just about to eat.
Oh, yeah? So, what did you end up with? I bet some gross, ready-to-eat meal? Well, tell me.
Why do I need to tell you what I'm eating?
Oh, because I'm interested. You thought you were going to be eating some high-quality cuisine just to end up having to go back home. So, I wanted to know what you had to settle for.
Well, in that case, it might be best I didn't tell you.
Oh, is it really that bad? Oh, come on, tell me.
Well, in that case, I'm eating some baked brie, oysters, and some king crab too.
You can't be serious. You're really eating king crab and oysters? Why are you lying about this? It's not even a funny joke.
I'm not lying. Do you want me to send a photo?
What? Where on earth are you eating all of that?
Oh, would you like to know? It's at a restaurant that my uncle owns.
Your uncle owns a restaurant?
I happened to run into my uncle when I was about to go home. I told him what happened, so he told me to come by his restaurant. It was pretty lucky as well, since some customers had canceled their reservations last minute. So he decided he would give me the course they booked instead. The timing actually worked out really, really well for me. Not only that, but his restaurant even has a Michelin star. Have you heard of Ventoux?
Ventro? Are you really talking about that Ventro? It's basically impossible to get a reservation there.
Yeah, that's the one. My uncle is the owner, but also works there as a chef.
What? You have a relative that owns such a famous restaurant? I never heard anything about that. Wait, something doesn't add up. I bet this is just some random, made-up story. Oh, everyone here is laughing. There's no way that story is true. Were you so embarrassed by what you ended up having to eat that you just made up this lie?
I have actually mentioned this before, but when I was telling the story at that time, you cut me off saying that it probably wasn't worth listening to. So, because of that, I wasn't able to fully tell the story. If you still don't believe me, I can send you a photo together with my uncle. There's a photo of him on the restaurant's website, so you can compare that one with the one I sent you. Also, his last name is the same as my maiden name. Before I married your son, you can even have someone look into it if you're that doubtful.
That just has to be some coincidence. There's no way this is true.
My uncle's food really is the best, though. He just brought out some escargot. There's something you said you really liked, right? How's the food over at where you're eating?
Why are you even asking that? Obviously, the food here is amazing. I told you it's almost $200 per person. We even ordered the most expensive course they had on offer.
That's nice to hear. The food here is amazing too. The ingredients are of the highest quality, and I'm lucky enough to get the full course. The array of cheeses that just got brought out. And the organic foie gras also looks perfect.
Are you kidding me? Hold on a second. Regular foie gras is already incredibly expensive, and you're telling me this one is organic? Just how much does something like that cost?
I don't know exactly how much each dish costs on its own, but my uncle said that the people who canceled had ordered a $500 per person course.
$500 per person? That much?
I know that price doesn't always equal quality, but when you get to this price range, you can really taste the difference in the ingredients. I can't believe how lucky I am to be able to eat something like this good for free. It looks like I'll be able to try lots of other delicacies apart from the foie gras too. I see some lobster, trout. Oh, and I even got some dry-aged duck. It all tastes so good.
What a waste to give such delicacies to some poor trash like you. Oh, it's not like you can even appreciate the flavors. What a waste of ingredients. Hey, are you ignoring me?
Oh, sorry. I just finished up my meal. And don't worry about me. I've been used to this kind of food for a long time.
Oh, what are you saying now? How could you be used to eating food of that quality?
Well, as you said before, I was raised by a single mother. She was always really busy with work. So she left me with my uncle a lot of the time. He looked after me while she was working. And since my uncle always dreamed of being a chef and having his own restaurant, he spent a lot of time going to different parts of the country and eating various cuisines. It was kind of like research for him. I was lucky enough to go with him on occasion. We'd always eat really delicious food together. So that's essentially how I got used to it. Honestly, it has been quite a while since I've eaten something of this level. I'm so thankful for my uncle.
Give me a break. Everyone looked at the photos you sent and are starting to say that your food looks better than what we got. You're ruining our meal. I went to so much trouble to get a reservation at this restaurant too.
Then why did you show everyone the photos? I only sent them because you didn't believe me in the first place.
Oh, I got it. Let's do it like this. It's not really fair that you get to be the only one to dine in such luxury, right?
Not fair? What do you mean?
So, how about this, Melissa? Why don't you take all of us to Ventro to eat together? You can ask your uncle for a special reservation. It would be almost impossible to get a table otherwise. Of course, it'll be for free, too, right? You can do that for us, can't you?
Huh? You're joking, right?
Well, I think it's a great idea. I mean, we are family after all, so why not have a lovely meal together?
I don't think I've ever spoken to someone as shameless as you before. I'm being completely serious here. It's gone beyond shock. I'm genuinely scared by how you act. How did you even manage to get that kind of idea into your head? You literally spend all day showing me that you don't consider me part of the family. The setup with the reservation? You did all of that just to make a fool out of me. And now you want to use me to get a reservation at my uncle's restaurant? Why did you do that today? Why invite me at all if you had no real intention of getting lunch together? It's a rhetorical question. You don't need to answer. I already know why. You just wanted to use me for a bit of fun. Say something that would get my hopes up before trampling them immediately, and then laugh at me at my reaction when I got upset. For you, it was nothing more than killing some time. Isn't that right?
And so what? Do you want me to apologize or something? Here you go. My bad. There's your apology. Just water under the bridge now, right? How about it?
Water under the bridge? You can't be serious. That's not something for you to decide. It's up to me.
Are you really making such a big deal of this? Okay, so what do you want for me to do then?
You really are unbelievable. You made fun of me all day, called me poor trash, and constantly said how good food is a waste on someone like me. But really, you are the one who is more, shall we say, commonplace? Looking at you as a person, there's not even a shred of dignity or grace about you.
Oh, how dare you! Who do you think you are talking to your mother-in-law like that?
I could ask you the same thing. Who on earth do you think you are to act the way you do? Oh, my uncle wanted to pass along a message to you. He says that people like you don't belong in his restaurant. So, please refrain from trying to come. After that, my mother-in-law blew up the phone with dozens of calls, but I let my uncle answer it once, and he let her have it. She didn't call back after that. All of the family members who went to dinner with my mother-in-law said that the food at my uncle's restaurant looked better than what they were eating. Apparently, that led to a big fight between them and my mother-in-law. They started yelling at each other in the restaurant, and now they're banned from coming back. I had to put up with a lot from my mother-in-law before now. It's not like this is the first. But because I didn't want to worry my husband, who is always working so hard overseas, I decided not to tell him or make a big deal out of it. This time, though, was so ridiculous and apparent that I decided to tell him everything. My husband was furious and called his mom to yell at her. He scolded her for over 3 hours and made her promise that she would leave me alone from now on. After he came back from his trip, we moved houses and put a bit of distance between us and my mother-in-law. Sometimes we go together to my uncle's restaurant as a couple and are able to enjoy the fantastic food with a family discount. Of course, it was delicious when I went there on my own, and nothing beats a meal that you can eat with those you love. Sitting there eating that delicious food with my husband, I was so incredibly happy. My uncle also seemed really happy that he played some part in my happiness. Apparently, my mother-in-law still wants to get back at me somehow by proving she knows more about fancy food than me. So she started going to all of these different expensive restaurants, but that made her expenses go through the roof, and the family's everyday standard of living dropped. My mother-in-law's spending caused a lot of tension between her and everyone else, and they even refused to eat with her anymore. It's almost as though the entire family is one step away from complete disarray. Who could have thought that just one family lunch could give rise to such a tragedy?
Hi, George.
Ward! If it's money you want, I'm not lending you any.
It's not about money. There's something I want to talk to you about. I told you about how I'm dating this girl, right? I'm thinking about proposing.
Really?
Really?
Is that the girl you were talking to Brad at the end of the year party? Isn't it kinda sudden? You two have only been dating for half a month, right?
Helen's the one for me. She's smart, pretty, and kind as well. Apparently she studied abroad before and can speak English and French.
Wow!
Right? She's some sort of princess. Both how she looks and how she acts is just so refined.
Where'd you meet a girl like that? You sure you're good enough for her?
Shut up! She's the one who approached me, you know. You see me for what's on the inside, she said. She said she's never met anyone like me before.
Is that so?
You don't actually believe me, do you? Anyways, I'm gonna propose to her.
Well, I guess you should propose to her as soon as she's as good as you say, before someone else gets her.
Don't jinx it. What I wanted to ask you was this. I was planning on inviting Helen to dinner and proposing then, but I had no idea what restaurant to go to, so I wanted to ask you. You manage a restaurant, right? You should know someplace good.
If that's what this is, Brad, then why not come to our restaurant? We'll do our best to do whatever you want us to do.
What? You do that for me? Isn't the restaurant you manage really popular? I heard that even getting a reservation was difficult.
It's an important day for a friend, right? I'll prepare the best seats for you two.
Thanks a lot. I knew you'd be there for me.
Cut it, Erd!
Well, thanks for the dinner then.
Who said it was free?
Alright, Helen. I'll go in and wait in the restaurant, okay? Tell me if you don't know where it is, alright? I'll come and find you.
Got it. Sorry for being late. I'm currently trying to find my way on Google Maps. I'll be there soon, probably.
What do you mean, probably? You really are bad with directions, aren't you?
But I've never even been there before. It's a friend's restaurant, right?
Yep. It's this really famous French restaurant. It's pretty high class and the food's delicious as well. I know you're gonna love it. I even got us VIP seats.
Wow, I'm so excited. So you're currently sitting alone at the VIP seat of a high-class restaurant? Quite the amusing picture.
Cut it! I already know that I don't exactly fit in at places like this. So come quick, will you? Be careful, though.
I can't do both. Wait, I think I see it.
There's French written on the front, right?
I found it, but what is this?
You mean, what does the French say? Apparently it's the name of the restaurant, but I can't really remember what it was. Tell them my name when you come in the restaurant, alright? They'll probably show you where I'm sitting. Helen, what's up? Did you get in the restaurant? Don't tell me you went into the wrong place. Helen, you there?
Are you there, Harry? There's something I want to apologize to you about today.
You have nothing to apologize for. It's me who should apologize. I know you guys probably have these amazing dishes prepared for us, but we just wasted all your effort, right? I waited for 2 hours outside the restaurant, but in the end, you didn't come. Well, I guess there goes my plan to propose to Helen. I'm sorry. You helped me so much by giving advice and letting us eat at your restaurant.
Well, at least I succeeded.
What?
Sorry, Harry. It's not that you failed. I had Helen go home.
What are you talking about? I don't get it. This is some sort of joke, right? If so, it's not very funny.
It's not a joke. I arranged it so that Helen wouldn't come.
What? Stop messing around. I thought you were a friend. Just what did you do to Helen?
I really can't blame you for hating me. It was just something that I wanted to do. But before I tell you about what happened, there's something I want to tell you about first.
What is it? This better be really good, otherwise I don't know what I'll do to you. Because I'm really pissed right now.
Got it. The reason Helen didn't come today has to do with the French written at the front of the restaurant.
The French? That was the name of the restaurant, right?
I guess that you wouldn't notice since it was written in French, but there was something like, I know what you're planning, Justin Brower, written there.
What? I don't get it. Why'd Helen go home after seeing that?
2 years, I met this man named Justin Brower at work. There was this woman named Casey he was proposed to, but Casey's parents were in debt apparently. Justin gave $30K so that Casey could help her parents. A few days later, Casey just suddenly disappeared.
So, you're saying he got scammed, right?
Yerp. It was too late after he realized what had happened too, since apparently this Casey was just lying from the beginning.
What's this have to do with Helen?
This Helen of yours sounded a lot like the woman Justin got scammed by, judging on what he said about her. The looks and grace of a princess, how she could speak multiple languages, including a bit of French. Apparently she would also often say this to Justin, "You see me for what's on the inside. I've never met any guy like you before."
So you're saying that Helen and this Casey are the same person? Things like this only happen in movies. Don't accuse Helen of being a scammer based on just that weak evidence of yours.
Then explain to me why Helen went home.
It's because there were these strange words written on the front.
You know that can't be true. There are tons of restaurants named after random words borrowed from a foreign language. I mean, I guess I know what you're planning. Justin Brower is on the strange side.
Can you have at least shown this Justin Brower a picture of Helen first? I'm pretty sure I have pictures of her on my Instagram.
I wanted to do that, but apparently Justin got a new number, and now I can't get in contact. I only knew his office number, you see? We were barely acquaintances.
But couldn't you have at least told me first? Yeah, I might have gotten mad, but...
Sorry for that. I really was torn on whether to tell you or not, but I couldn't just call your girlfriend a scammer without any proof, couldn't I?
Maybe that's true, but...
I thought I would have been able to contact Justin before you proposed to her, but the people at the company he used to work at take so long to reply. which is why I decided to find out myself. Only the woman who scammed Justin would have been able to understand that message.
Yeah, but it's possible she went home for another reason. It's possible that Helen and this Casey just happened to have the same characteristics too.
That's impossible!
What?
I was able to contact Justin just now. I showed him a picture of Helen, and sure enough, it was the same person.
That can't be right. Helen's a scammer? She was such a nice person.
Must be a shock, huh? It looked like you really did love her and seemed so happy.
That's right. Helen was so wonderful. She was the person I was thinking of marrying. She was so wonderful that even if she was a scammer, I'd still consider staying with her. Of course, that's only if she really does love me.
Harry, I didn't know you loved her that much. I guess I didn't have the right to stop you. I'm sorry for taking matters into my own hands and testing her. It's alright if you hate me. But I just thought that if you were scammed just like Justin was, then you would be even more hurt than you are now. I just couldn't stand by and watch. You're a dear friend to me after all.
I know that already. I know you're not the type of person to lie to me at times like this, George. The fact that you did it for my sake too, I believe. But Helen was special to me, and I still can't wrap my head around the situation.
You believe me?
Of course. I've known you way longer than I have Helen, but you understand, right? I know it's true in my head, but a part of me still doesn't want to believe.
I'd probably feel the same in your situation.
I believe what you're saying, but I still want to believe Helen too. Which is why I need to settle things on my own. I need to ask Helen herself how she feels.
Harry, you truly were impressive. You're just so forgiving and even too kind sometimes. Which is why I worry about you.
The part about being so forgiving was enough, alright?
My bad. Just tell me something if there's something I can help you with. I'll do everything I can.
Thanks. Could you tell me how to contact this, Justin Brower? Where are you, Helen? I'm worried because I haven't been able to contact you since yesterday. Please reply. My friend who owned the restaurant said something strange yesterday. He told me you were dangerous and I should break up with you as soon as possible. I got mad at him for insulting you, so cut ties with him. I thought he was a friend. I'm so disappointed. Did he say something weird to you? If that's the case, then I'm truly sorry. He was probably just jealous I had a wonderful girlfriend like you, but now there's no one to bother us. So why don't the two of us just live together from now on, right?
Harry,
Helen! Oh, I'm so glad. I was so worried about you.
I got a call saying that my father had collapsed. I went over to my parents' house immediately. I was so shocked I forgot to contact you. Sorry. I probably won't be able to meet you for a while. I have to help around the house and take care of my father, you know?
What? Is your father alright?
Yeah, barely. He had a stroke, so he's not exactly healthy, though.
I see. Where are you now? Your parents' house?
I'm currently on my way to my house. I thought I would pack my stuff and move to my parents' house.
It must be hard, huh? No need to worry about me, alright? You know, I was planning on proposing to you yesterday.
Oh, really? Sorry, I just disappeared at such a time.
Don't worry about it. It was the obvious decision to prioritize your father. That's why I want to help you in these tough times. Is there anything I can do for you? Of course, you can just forget about me if I'm being a hassle.
In no way are you a hassle. I'm glad, really. I was actually hoping you would help. It seems that we're thinking the same way.
Really?
But there's this tiny problem I have.
What is it?
My father's been in bad health for a while now and hasn't been able to work for a long time. He's in quite a large debt right now.
How much debt?
30,000.
That much?
It's surprising, huh? I'm really glad I'll be able to marry you, but I need to take care of his debts first. Otherwise, I won't really be able to have time and money to get married.
I see.
And also, I'm really sorry, I have to ask you, but...
I understand what you're trying to say, Helen. You want me to lend you 30k, right?
What?
Wow, it's just how Justin said it would go. I'm shocked, really.
What's wrong? Who's Justin?
Justin Brower. It's the person you scammed 30k from 2 years ago.
What are you talking about? I don't understand.
You saw the French written at the front of the restaurant and was shocked, weren't you?
You wrote that?
The owner of the restaurant wrote it to protect me from you. I heard about it all later on. My friend was an acquaintance of Justin Brower's and heard about you from him. He told me you sounded a lot like the woman Justin got scammed by.
What?
I was mad at first after he accused my girlfriend of being a scammer. But my friend isn't the type to lie. And I even had Justin Brower take a look at a picture of you. I had a conversation with Justin yesterday and he told me a lot about you. Everything was the same with us as it was for you and him. From how we met until you scammed 30k off him, I finally realized I was being lied to. Tell me, were you planning on this from the start? Was everything you told me a lie? You know, if you apologized to Justin Brower and made it up to him, I'd consider...
You really are an idiot, aren't you? There's no way I'm doing such a thing. Ugh, I was so close.
Helen, actually, that's not actually your name, is it? What you said about your parents being rich and your father being ill, and everything else you told me about yourself was a lie? Why would a rich man be in debt in the first place? It's only been half a month since we met.
Why would a woman like that go out with you in the first place? I thought I found an idiot I could easily scam. Such a shame, really. If you get it already, then don't contact me anymore. You really get on my nerves.
What you're doing is a crime, you know? I didn't give you any money yet, but Justin proposed to you and all. You two even bought an apartment, right? Will you please stop hurting any more people? Apologize to Mr. Brower and turn yourself in. Justin wasn't the only person you scammed, right? There must be plenty of others.
Are you trying to be a hero or something? That's so sad. Why would I turn myself in? Obviously, I'm going to run and get out of all of it. What an idiot. Thanks for buying me bags and serving me dinner. That was fun.
I see. I'm glad I found out you're actually a terrible person. To be honest, wasn't quite ready to give you up. Thanks. You really should take your time to reconsider things while in jail.
What? What are you talking about?
You said you were heading to your house, right? Mr. Brower and I already called the cops. You're in there getting ready to run and hide, aren't you? Justin and the others should be there soon.
You lied to me?
You're the one who lied, Helen. I wanted you to make up for your crimes. I was even prepared to stay with you if you really did love me, even if you were a scammer.
Quit messing around. Don't push your feelings on me. I don't like you even one bit. I'm not forgiving you. Remember this.
Truly, I'm an idiot, aren't I? Only an idiot will be fooled by someone like you. But there's a bright side. I'll probably forget about you right away, considering how dumb I am. But apparently Mr. Brower's not as forgiving as I am, and he's still holding it against you. Apparently he hired this really good lawyer and was talking about how he would have you crushed in court.
I said quit messing with me. Hey, why are the police surrounding my house?
What, you didn't expect it? Tons of people were fooled by you, Helen. The police are quite eager to catch you after what you did.
I got it. Save me, please, Harry. I want you to tell them that I'm no longer in the house if you let me go. I promise to never do anything like that again. I'll live a clean life. I'll support you as your wife from now on, so please.
I might have been fooled again if you'd said that to me before showing your true self. But you can't just let criminals get off without any punishment, you know? In fact, I'm the one who called the cops.
That's enough. I couldn't take any of your money, and now this. You really are useless, Harry. I'm never going anywhere near a guy like you again. Why not just stay single forever, idiot?
If that's the case, then you're doing the guys in the world a favor. It's the first time I've met someone as horrible as you. Thanks for being an asshole until the end, Helen. George!
Oh, did they finish talking to you? Nice work!
Thanks for helping me with everything. You saved my life.
You're exaggerating!
Sorry for getting mad at first. There probably would have been even more victims if you hadn't done anything. You truly are amazing.
Stop it! You're giving me this weird feeling!
So, what are you doing right now? Why don't we go out and drink?
Oh, I'm getting rid of the French I wrote on the front of the restaurant. I can't just have "I know what you're doing, Justin Brower" written on the front forever. I'm going to have you pay for the cleaning, okay?
What? You know, I am the guy who just found out that the girlfriend he was planning on proposing to was actually a scammer. It'd be nice if you're a bit more sympathetic, you know?
Then come in hell! I'll serve you some good wine when we're done.
Alright, it is partly my fault.
It really is a hassle having a friend like you.
I'll be sure to be more careful with girls from now on. But if I happen to mess up again, I'm counting on you, George. After that, Helen was tried at court and was forced to pay 50k to Justin Brower. The 30k she stole, plus an extra 20k for the psychological damage she caused. Not only that, but she was also sent to prison for 5 years on the charge of scamming multiple people. Currently, Helen is in a prison for women, and just living a life far from the luxury she was accustomed to. Being stuck in prison must be torture for someone that used to live an easy life based on the money and gifts she tricked guys into giving her. Now that she isn't able to go to any more beauty salons, Helen's appearance slowly worsens with each appearance at court. Mr. Brower even said that she looked like a completely different person when he visited her in prison. I hope she spends the next 5 years reconsidering her actions. As with me, I was quite shocked and hurt by this whole incident, so I decided to spend some time to heal. I went camping with George this one time, just for fun, and found out that I actually loved camping. Every day is so much fun, so I think I'll enjoy being single for a bit longer. And if in the future I find a new girlfriend I want to propose to, I'll make sure to ask for George's advice first.